What's up, guys? As you can see in the title, here we have an insane story. Guys asking themselves if they reacted wrong to their partner having an affair is pretty much always an interesting read. Let's see what we can learn from this.
My 30M wife, 34F, and I have been together for 8 years, 5 of them married. I thought we were the kind of couple that could tell each other any problem. I loved her deeply, and always believed she felt the same way about me. Like many couples, we had our ups and downs, but I never thought it could lead to infidelity.
As a man, it's easy to get caught up in the idea of true love and expect that things will work out if both people are invested. But life has a way of throwing curveballs, and people change. A healthy relationship is built on trust and mutual respect, not just love. Never forget that. Sometimes, even the most solid relationships have cracks that are hard to see.
From months ago, I started noticing changes in her behavior. She was more distant, always glued to her phone, and avoiding our conversations, typical signs of someone who might be cheating. One day, I came across a message on her phone that confirmed what I feared the most. She was seeing someone else. It felt like a punch to the stomach. I felt anger, sadness, and an overwhelming sense of betrayal.
The gut feeling is often the most honest one. If something feels off, trust your instincts. Men, especially young men, tend to downplay red flags in the name of saving face or keeping the peace. Don't ignore the signs when something feels wrong. It's better to face the truth, no matter how hard, than to remain in the dark and prolong your own suffering.
Instead of confronting her right away, I decided to wait. My main reason was to protect myself in the event of a divorce. If I was going to face this situation, I wanted to have solid evidence, so I spent the next 2 months gathering messages, photos, and anything else I could use if things got legally complicated.
In life, preparation is everything. Whether it's business, relationships, or any big decision, don't react impulsively. You don't have to play your hand immediately. Take the time to gather all the facts and be ready for whatever comes next. Being calm and strategic in a crisis is one of the most valuable skills you can develop as a man.
During those 2 months, I pretended everything was normal while the pain slowly built up. I watched her act as if everything was fine, and with each passing day, my feelings for her faded. The love I once felt was replaced by indifference. If anyone says that love for someone doesn't go away, well, it's not entirely true. When I finally gathered all the evidence, I confronted her.
Men often get caught up in the fight or flight instinct. You can choose to fight for a relationship, but sometimes the best thing you can do is detach. The longer you stay emotionally invested in someone who isn't treating you right, the more it harms you. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to not let someone drag you down. Don't waste energy on emotions that don't serve you. You don't need to scream, cry, or beg for validation when someone betrays you. A man's strength lies in his ability to maintain his composure and make decisions based on logic, not raw emotion. If someone shows you who they are, believe them, and then make the decision that is best for you, no matter how tough it may seem.
I showed her everything I knew, and although she tried to deny it at first, she eventually admitted that she had been having an affair. She said it was a mistake, that she still loved me, and that she wanted to work things out. But by then, I didn't feel anything anymore. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, and I didn't even get angry. I simply told her that it was okay, that we could get a divorce, and that we could each move on with our lives.
That is where it gets funny. Oftentimes in relationships, the people who treat their partners poorly are the ones who have no problem pointing out every minor problem they have with their partner, even if it's a consequence they get by mistreating their so-called loved one. I mean, this woman has the audacity to complain about her husband being distant, which she even calls cold and cruel, after he discovered her affair. She was happily screwing someone else and actually thinks she is in the position to complain. If someone shows you this little self-reflection, please spare yourself the headache and run.
My lack of emotion baffled her. She said my indifference was cold and cruel, and that if I had truly loved her, I should have fought to save our marriage, which was ironic coming from her. But the truth was that I did love her very much. It was only after 2 months of living with the betrayal and silence that I just didn't care anymore. Am I the asshole for becoming indifferent towards my wife after discovering her affair?
Indifference isn't cruelty, it's a sign of maturity. Sometimes, the most mature and healthiest response is to let go, not out of anger but out of self-preservation. And as a little added bonus, a composed, calculated, and quick reaction will make the narcissist bleed way more than any screaming match would ever do. All they want to feel is that you care about them. Don't let them reach their goal. Recognize your worth, and don't let anyone, no matter how close to you, pull you down or make you question your decisions. Walk away when you've been given enough reason to, and learn from the experience so you don't make the same mistakes again. Always choose your peace over the chaos of someone else's actions. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you agree, and let me know your thoughts and your experiences with a woman like OP's wife in the comments.